46 is covering a new angle in the toxic air outrage. Two plants around Atlanta are blamed for polluting the air with a cancer-causing chemical. Both companies use that chemical to sterilize medical equipment, things like feeding tubes, catheters. Well, environmental activists want Sterigenics and Becton Dickinson to close those plants. They say the risk is just too great.
CBS 46's Rebekka Schramm says medical device manufacturers, though, are worried about another risk, the risk to patients who need clean and sterile devices.
You might call it the battle of the health concerns. What's more important, making sure hospitals have sterilized medical equipment or looking out for the health of people who breathe the air near facilities that do the sterilizing?
It makes me wonder what they're killing us with.
We've told you about the concerns of people who live near the BD plant in Covington and the Sterigenics plant near Smyrna. Both use ethylene oxide to sterilize medical equipment. One medical supply manufacturer's video on YouTube gives you an idea of how the process works.
Pallets of packaged supplies are brought into the sterilization chamber, and through several vacuum cycles, the air is removed. Nitrogen and steam are pumped in, and finally, the ethylene oxide, or EO, is injected into the chamber and allowed to dwell until the products are fully sterilized.
We now know from the EPA that people who live near facilities that release ethylene oxide have a potentially greater risk of developing certain cancers. Sterigenics recently shut down voluntarily while it installs new emission controls. Now the state is trying to get a judge to force BD to do the same thing. And that's beginning to cause concern in the medical field. A lobbying group that represents medical manufacturers says some procedures are in jeopardy because they use equipment that's only sterilized with ethylene oxide.
Catheters, feeding tubes, IV units, surgical kits, surgical trays. We're starting to see the beginnings of shortages there.
The hearing on what will happen with BD is scheduled for Monday morning. In Covington, Rebekka Schramm, CBS 46 News.